The ministry and the government of Kenya have been very deliberate to try and ensure that all the parties involved in doing business for any investor are doing their jobs and doing them right. Where we see there is a lapse, we try to have a sitting together. We have a multi-agency approach towards dealing with some of these issues. Let me say that the Africa Continental Free Trade Area has kicked off effective January this year. And Kenya needs to be a major player because of this massive regional market. We can only be competitive if we facilitate our local investors and our industries to grow and produce for that market, and also to ensure that they have ease in cross-border trade. And so the Ministry of Trade and Industrialization, working together with all our nearly 20 SAGAs, semi-autonomous government agencies, are there to ensure that this happens, whether it's through Kenya Investment Authority or the Kenya Bureau of Standards or Anti-Counterfeit Authority, or even our sister organizations like the Kenya Revenue Authority, and that we give the right climate and condition for our investors to do business without feeling unfairly targeted in this regard. And that's what we are here to do. So our visit here, as my colleague has said, is to ensure, one, that BIDCO upholds our standards, our local standards as set. And we are impressed by what we have seen, that they have adhered to all the local and global standards of production, and their certification is therefore well merited. And secondly, to identify where there may be gaps and need for assistance by government. And I am proud to say that wherever we have noted there are challenges, we will pick them up. But in the whole, this has been a great tour. We are proud of this brand and many others that are doing a similar kind of thing. And for this massive investment that employs, hundreds of our young people and various cadre of our skilled staff. BIDCO Industrial Park has showcased one of the most sophisticated, machinery and great output. I need to laud them for knowledge transfer and skill transfer in the industrialization sector. You all know that the president holds dear manufacturing as one of his key agendas for the country, as a legacy agenda. And the Big Four has manufacturing, food security, housing, and of course health. But BIDCO's industrial park is a confluence of both manufacturing and food security. I am happy to note that we have a very diversified team here, that there's been on-job training for most of the staff in here, and there's a great potential for our industrial sector in the country. Tell our investors that Kenya is still the best place to invest. Challenges abound globally, but we continue to give the best environment for investors. We dutifully facilitate trade for our investors. So it's not a burden that they bear on their own. It's a burden we are happy to help them bear. I'm happy to report that following the visit of President Samia Suluhu, the Ministry of Industrialization, Trade and Enterprise Development had a second visit, having been instructed by both President Uhuru Kenyatta and Madam President Samia Suluhu, to Tanzania, where we had bilateral talks and we agreed on how to get out of the way some of the stifling issues and the roadblocks we've encountered in trade between our two countries. And this is going to go on even with the other countries. Vimal says they sell in about 19 countries. We hope that they can sell to even 50 countries, because that strengthens us. Remember, the plant is based in Kenya. When there is a greater demand and a huger market, they will be compelled to expand locally. And when they expand locally, the beneficiaries of their expansion will be our people getting employment and job opportunities. And so my plea to all our investors is, please invest here. But should you encounter challenges, the ministry and all its state agencies is here to help you overcome them. All our state agencies are instructed, and we are all instructed by the president, to help grow our industry and our manufacturing sector. And that is our duty. But I'm also joined by the Kenya Bureau of Standards in this visit, not because the industrial park, well, we all know the industrial park falls in some way under the purview of the Kenya Bureau of Standards, who are very interested to ensure that our standardization marks of quality are upheld, that what we display or what we showcase as we are given those marks are what go out there. And so KEBS is here, the Director of Quality Assurance, joined me on this trip on behalf of the CEO to come and see what is being done in this wonderful sector.
One of the things that we are interested in when we come to a factory like this is to see the measures that the investor or the manufacturer has put in place to ensure that the entire production process is done within some parameters that guarantee safe products. It is very important because here we are dealing largely with the food products to ensure that the products coming out of the factory are safe. And so we look at the processes that they have put in place in terms of controlling the qualities of the incoming material, the processes that how they control their production processes, and eventually their final products. So that when we have that assurance in place, then our role becomes easier in terms of facilitating them to get the authorizations that they require to apply our quality marks on their products. We have put in place programs that are engineered or are designed to ensure that counterfeit products do not have access to our markets. Whether they are being produced locally or they are being imported, we have put in place controls that check the products during production. For example, for you to put a product in the market, if it's being manufactured locally, you have to apply for our authorization. And you cannot be able to get our mark unless you meet certain quality requirements, including ensuring that you do not counterfeit somebody else's products. In terms of imports, it's a requirement before products are imported. They undergo an inspection. And one of the requirements that we do, what we check in the inspection process, is again to ensure that we do not permit somebody brands to be imported by another person who is not authorized. So, but our mandate is largely to do with the quality. We jointly work together with other agencies that deal specifically with the counterfeit issues, the Anti-Counterfeit Agency and other government agencies that are involved in trade regulation.
The policies of Kenya are totally pro. The Big Four is very clear. There's no doubt about it. We have no hesitation to say the policies are good, the implementation is good. All we need to do is sort out a few hurdles that we have. And those hurdles are always going to be there. And I think this is something that we need to really discuss, dialogue, and jointly find solutions to, because they're not big. They can be done by policy. It's not very difficult to sort out. And that's what a lot of manufacturing really can do well. We are excited with the ACFTA, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, coming in January. And right now we have opportunities. The EAC now, with Tanzania frankly opening up to Kenyan products and not blocking us anymore. I think the rapport between the two heads of state and the governments are good. Therefore, even Burundi, same thing. I think that's important to say that the whole of East Africa now can become so much more better, one market. And look, we allow them to come in, we're allowed to go and export to those markets, and whoever is competitive at the end wins. So I think I'm glad that I would encourage every government officer, everybody in power to come visit the factories and see for themselves, is it compliant, is it not compliant, what else can we do, and really ramp it up, because it's all about public-private partnership and really working together. So again, not only us, but also even the small guys. And I showed all of them, I showed them how many registrations we have to go through, just to get registered for all this. I think this is where even the MSMEs need to be helped in some way. And I think that realization has come through and we're on a good footing. But the frank thing is that we're happy that we're doing this together and we have dialogue. Authoritative. And in Kenya, we have a fantastic way of dialoguing, talking and listening. And I think government does listen. All we need to do is, as private sector, articulate our issues far better and point out really where the flaws are. And if we have some flaws, point them out too. But at the same time, let's work in harmony. That's what I would suggest. Freight rates having gone up in the West, in the Asian markets, it's gone crazy. In fact, freight rates have gone up. Commodity prices have gone up by 2-3 times all over the world, and that does affect us. But hampering us in terms of logistics. We haven't had a problem. Frankly, I think Mombasa Port has been working very well. Transport logistics was allowed as essential services, so that's been doing well. Except that there's a demand side problem of not having enough demand because the consumer has gone frugal. So I think that's the other area. But otherwise, I think that throughput has been happening. We're lucky we didn't have 100% closed down. So I think we got to thank our blessings for that. That essential services still kept on, trucks kept on, transport kept on. So I think that's been a good thing for us. Overall, even on the health side, I think we've done a very good job in Kenya. I don't think it's really messy or bad. So I think all that is done is we still got to keep our vaccines, that's the mask, keeping them on and really keep our distances. And I think we're on the right footing. What I'm saying is wherever there are hurdles around introducing new products, let's clear them off. And in last year, during COVID, we launched a new factory and we started exporting. And right now we're exporting to 19 different countries. All I'm saying is let's allow that to happen and say, fine, go forth and do that. And really, I think Kenya is a fantastic hub and a place. And I think we should not let that go down. During this budget, I see a lot of changes coming through, which may not be conducive to Kenya becoming a hub. And I think this is something that we must be very, very aware of and be sensitive to, that Kenya must not lose its hub status.
Because the final product, we want a moisture of 5% maximum. So we have to confirm it.
Yeah, 2008. Am I right on that? Thank you.
So that we can use the pizza.
All the ladies from Bitco. Yeah.
He's the one who distributes for people.
Kwani na mimi nasema.